Welcome, everyone, to Senior Care Insights. Great to have you joining us here on YouTube. I'm really looking forward to today's chat. I'm here with another expert in health and psychology, and we're going to dive into some really key areas for staying healthy and, well, vibrant as we get older.
It's great to be here. This is such an important conversation, isn't it? Really empowering people to look after their well-being later in life.
Absolutely. Yeah, today we're hitting on quite a few linked topics that, really shape how we age. We'll cover essential vitamins and minerals, the big role exercise plays in keeping joints flexible and healthy, how you can actually build muscle after 50, and why you should.
Yes.
Plus that link between what you eat and staying active, how muscles age, sarcopenia, and what to do.
Right.
We've also got specific nutrition tips for folks over 65, the upsides of physical activity, how to prevent falls.
A really big one.
And wrapping up with where to find those important vitamin D foods. It's a pretty full picture of thriving as we age.
Sounds good. Let's get into it.
Okay, so let's jump right in. We often hear our nutritional needs change as we get older. What are the most important things we should be aware of there? Vitamins, minerals.
Yeah, you're spot on. A balanced diet is always the aim, right? But later in life, our bodies, they can become a bit less efficient at absorbing certain nutrients. And interestingly, our need for other nutrients can actually go up.
So it's not just about eating less.
Exactly. The key thing is we need to be more, let's say, intentional about getting specific vitamins and minerals to really support healthy aging.
Okay, intentional. So which ones really stand out? Which vitamins and minerals are like top of the list for older adults?
Well, calcium is definitely a cornerstone. As we age, we naturally tend to lose some bone density.
Right, osteoporosis risk.
Precisely. And calcium is critical for keeping bones strong, especially for women after menopause. But it's not just bones. Calcium's also vital for how our muscles work, how nerves send signals, even down to our cells and blood vessels.
Wow, okay, so it does a lot more than just bone health.
It really does.
Yeah.
So making sure you get enough calcium, particularly for women, is crucial to fight bone loss and just keep muscles and nerves working properly.
And vitamin D, it always seems to come up alongside calcium. What's the connection there? Why are they such a pair?
Yeah, vitamin D is essential because it basically unlocks the door for calcium absorption.
Okay.
Without enough vitamin D, even if you're getting plenty of calcium from your diet, your body just can't use it effectively for bone health. So that risk of osteoporosis, weak, brittle bones goes way up.
Got it. So D helps you use the calcium.
Exactly. And beyond bones, vitamin D also supports our muscles, our nerves, and our immune system. And something important to remember, our skin's ability to make vitamin D from sunlight actually decreases as we age.
Oh, right. I'd heard that.
Yeah, so getting it from food,
Yeah.
like fatty fish, salmon, mackerel, sardines are great, or sometimes supplements becomes even more important.
So calcium and vitamin D, really a power duo for keeping us strong and healthy overall. What else should be on our nutritional radar?
Vitamin B6 is another really important one. It plays a key role in supporting our immune system and in how our bodies generate energy.
Okay.
And what's quite fascinating is some studies suggest that having higher levels of B6 in your blood might even be linked to, well, better memory in older adults.
Memory support. Now, that's something a lot of people think about as they get older. Where do we find B6?
Good sources include things like liver, those fatty fish again, and quite a few fortified breakfast cereals actually have it added.
Okay, good to know. Now, what about probiotics? We hear so much about good bacteria and gut health these days. Are they particularly helpful as we get older?
Oh, absolutely. Probiotics are those beneficial bacteria that help keep a healthy balance in our gut microbiome.
Right.
You find them in fermented foods, think yogurt, sauerkraut, kimchi. They can be especially helpful for older adults because, well, digestion can sometimes become a bit less efficient with age. Probiotics can help with that, and they might also reduce issues like diarrhea or irritable bowel syndrome. There's even some research looking into whether they might help protect against certain allergies.
It's amazing how much our gut health seems to connect to everything else. Okay, magnesium, I often think of that for muscle cramps. But what else does it do for older adults?
Magnesium is a real workhorse. It's involved in, hundreds of bodily functions, including making protein and building bone.
Protein and bone, okay.
And it also helps keep our blood sugar levels stable. Good sources are things like nuts, almonds, cashews are great, and leafy green vegetables like spinach. Getting enough magnesium is really vital for overall health as we age.
Okay, so we've got calcium, magnesium, vitamin D, B6, probiotics. What about omega-3 fatty acids? often linked to heart health, right?
You're right. Omega-3s are essential fats, meaning our bodies can't make them. We have to get them from our diet.
Essential. Okay.
They're crucial for the health of our eyes, our brain, even sperm cells. And importantly for older adults, omega-3s might offer some protection against age-related conditions like Alzheimer's, arthritis, and macular degeneration. That's a big cause of vision loss.
Wow. Protection against some serious conditions. Where do we find those?
Again, fatty fish like salmon and mackerel are top sources.
Mhm.
Also walnuts, canola oil, and flax seeds.
So really good for brain and eye health, among other things. Okay, and finally, let's touch on fiber. We all know it's good for, digestion, but what's particularly important about it as we age?
Fiber is definitely vital for digestion, helps keep things regular,
Mhm.
and it also helps lower cholesterol and blood sugar levels.
Right.
But it also plays a pretty big role in our cardiovascular health. Studies have shown diets rich in fiber are linked to a lower risk of heart disease and stroke, possibly because it helps reduce that bad LDL cholesterol.
Okay, so heart health too. How much do we need?
The recommendation is at least 21 grams a day for women over 50 and about 30 grams for men.
That's actually quite a bit. A good reminder. Okay, so it sounds like really focusing on these seven: calcium, D, B6, probiotics, magnesium, omega-3s, and fiber through a balanced diet gives us a strong nutritional base as we age.
That's a great summary, yes. It provides a solid foundation.
Now, let's switch gears a bit to another crucial piece: exercise.
Wow.
Specifically for flexibility and joint health. We know staying active is important always, but why is it particularly vital in our later years?
Oh, maintaining physical activity in older age is about so much more than just, being able to get around. Regular exercise is just this powerful tool for overall health, so staying mentally sharp and really maintaining a good quality of life. It significantly cuts the risk of chronic diseases and improves a whole range of physical things: strength, joint flexibility, heart health, balance, coordination. And let's not forget the huge positive impact it has on our mental well-being, too.
So it's truly holistic.
Absolutely. The key insight here is really to embrace regular activity, even if it's gentle. It makes a massive difference in reducing chronic disease risk and keeping both body and mind vital.
Okay, embrace regular activity. So what kinds of exercises are especially good for older adults who want to maintain flexibility and keep their joints healthy?
Gentle, low-impact exercises are often the best place to start. Brisk walking is fantastic. It's accessible for most people and good for both the heart and joints.
Right, just getting out and walking.
Exactly. And balance and coordination exercises, simple things like walking heel to toe in a straight line or standing on one leg for a bit. They're vital for cutting the risk of falls and improving agility.
Falls are such a concern, so balance is key.
Definitely. Cycling is another excellent low-impact option, whether it's a stationary bike or a regular one. Great for cardiovascular health without stressing the joints too much.
Those all sound pretty manageable. Are there other types of exercise that can be helpful too?
Oh, yes, for sure. Gentle body weight exercises, things like bending, maybe modified squats using a chair for support, or even push-ups against a wall. They all help maintain strength.
Okay.
Resistance bands are also great. They offer a simple way to improve both strength and flexibility using light resistance.
I've seen those used a lot.
They're very versatile. And for people with limited mobility, chair-based exercises like chair yoga or seated aerobics can be a wonderful way to stay active.
That's a fantastic range of options, really something for everyone. What are some important things to keep in mind while exercising as we age? Any key tips?
Consistency is absolutely number one. Aim for regular activity that feels right for your current fitness level. Don't overdo it at the start.
Right, start slow.
Exactly. And, making it social can be a powerful motivator. Joining a group or exercising with friends helps you stay engaged and combats isolation.
Good point.
It's crucial to start slowly and then gradually increase how long you exercise and how intense it is. And of course, a balanced diet and staying hydrated support your body during exercise. Finally, make sure you prioritize rest and recovery between sessions. Give your body time to adapt and avoid strain.
Those are all really practical, important tips. Consistency, start slow, listen to your body, rest. Are there any things older adults should actively avoid when exercising? Pitfalls to watch out for?
Yes, definitely. It's really important not to push yourself too hard. Listen carefully to your body. Stop if you feel pain or get overly tired.
Listen to your body. Okay.
Try to avoid really long periods of just sitting or lying down. Too much sedentary time isn't great for circulation or muscle strength. And never ignore new or persistent pain. If something doesn't feel right, get it checked out by a doctor or physio.
Don't just push through pain.
No, Absolutely not. Keep taking any prescribed medications on schedule. And finally, prioritize safety. Wear proper shoes, maintain good posture during exercises, and make sure your exercise area is safe and free of trip hazards.
Great advice, finding that balance between active and safe. Okay, now let's talk about something some might find surprising. Building muscle after 50. Is that actually doable?
Oh, absolutely.
Well,
It's true. We naturally start to lose some lean muscle mass and bone density after 50. That's sarcopenia we mentioned earlier.
right.
But it is definitely possible to not only maintain but also build muscle strength. The key is adding strength training to your routine.
So lifting weights isn't just for the young folks.
Not at all. Strength training, whether it's lifting weights, using resistance bands, or doing bodyweight exercises like squats maybe 3 times a week, is the most effective way to stimulate muscle growth and hang on to the muscle you have. And that makes everyday activities so much easier.
What kind of strength training is best for older adults? Should we be aiming for really heavy weights?
Generally, no. It's usually best to focus on lower intensity exercises that are gentler on the joints and tendons. You can gradually build strength and endurance without excessive strain by using lighter weights, resistance bands, maybe kettlebells. The real focus should be on controlled movements and good form.
Form over heavy weight.
Absolutely.
And are there specific muscle groups we should target?
It's most efficient to prioritize exercises that work the larger muscle groups. Think things like squats, lunges, push-ups again, modified as needed. These exercises are great for building muscle efficiently and also provide good support for your joints.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, nutrition obviously plays a huge role in muscle building. What should our diet look like to support that?
Yes, crucial point. When we do strength training, our muscles get tiny little tears. Protein is essential to repair and rebuild that tissue, making it stronger.
Right, protein for repair.
For optimal muscle growth, older adults should aim for somewhere between 1.6 to 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight daily.
Wow, that sounds like quite a specific range.
It is. And it generally means including a good protein source in each meal and snack. Things like lean meats, poultry, fish, eggs, dairy, beans, lentils. And it's also really beneficial to get some protein in fairly soon after your workout to help with that muscle recovery.
Okay, post-workout protein. And just like with other exercise, is rest and recovery important for building muscle too?
Absolutely vital. Rest days between strength workouts give your muscles the time they need to recover and actually rebuild. Well, without enough rest, you risk fatigue, injury, and you can actually stop muscle growth. Good rest also helps with sleep and overall performance.
So patience is key. Listen to your body. Don't skip rest days. Any other important tips for building muscle after 50?
Yeah, don't rush it. Focus on getting the form right before you increase the weight or resistance. Start simple, gradually make it harder as you get stronger.
Okay.
And also mix in stability and balance exercises. Not only help prevent falls, but they also build strength in really important areas: legs, back, arms, core, glutes.
Right, functional strength. It's really encouraging to note that building muscle after 50 is possible and has so many benefits for staying independent. Now, let's dig a bit deeper into that connection between nutrition and physical activity as we age. We touched on protein, but what are some broader nutritional guidelines?
Well, as we get older, yeah, physical and sometimes mental health can start to decline naturally. But good nutrition and regular exercise are just incredibly powerful tools. They help us maintain a healthy lifestyle and can even prevent or manage many age-related diseases.
Mm-hmm.
An important thing to grasp is that older adults generally need fewer calories than younger folks because of less activity and maybe a slower metabolism. But their need for key nutrients like protein, calcium, vitamin D, vitamin B12 often goes up.
So fewer calories, but more nutrients needed within those calories. Nutrient density.
Exactly. Focus on nutrient-dense foods rather than just cutting calories across the board.
Okay. So what specific dietary recommendations follow from that for older adults trying to stay active?
The foundation is really eating a wide variety of foods from all the food groups: fruits, veggies, whole grains, lean protein, healthy fats. Variety is key for getting all those nutrients.
Makes sense.
And it's really important to limit processed foods. They're often high in sodium, sugar, unhealthy fats, things that increase risk for heart disease, diabetes, etc.
Right, the usual suspects.
Yeah. Staying properly hydrated is also crucial. Aim for at least 8 to 10 glasses of water a day. Limit sugary drinks. Dehydration is surprisingly common in older adults.
Good reminder on water.
And finally, supplements like vitamin D, calcium, B12 might be beneficial, but it's essential to talk to your doctor first. Don't just start taking things. They can tell you if you need them and the right dose.
Always check with the doctor. Okay, excellent guidelines. Now let's revisit exercise in this context. General recommendations for activity for older adults focusing on nutrition.
The standard guideline is aiming for at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity aerobic exercise each week.
Like brisk walking.
Brisk walking, swimming, cycling, great for heart health and endurance.
Right.
But besides aerobic, you also need strength training. Using weights or resistance bands at least twice a week to improve muscle strength and fight that age-related muscle loss.
Okay, aerobic and strength.
And it's often a good idea to get some guidance, maybe from a trainer or physical therapist, just to make sure you're using good form and avoiding injury.
Good advice.
Then add balance exercises. Tai Chi is great, or just standing on one leg, maybe holding on to something for support at least twice a week to improve stability and prevent falls. And don't forget flexibility. Stretching, yoga, again, at least twice a week, maybe with guidance, increases range of motion and reduces joint discomfort.
So really well-rounded mix. Aerobics, strength, balance, flexibility. Seems like the best approach. Anything else that supports overall health alongside nutrition and exercise?
Yes, absolutely. Sleep. Don't underestimate sleep. Aim for around 7 to 8 hours a night. Try to keep a consistent sleep schedule.
Sleep is crucial.
It really is. It plays a huge role in physical and mental recovery, which perfectly complements the benefits of good food and regular movement.
It all ties together, doesn't it? Diet, activity, sleep. Okay, let's talk about that specific muscle aging process, sarcopenia. What exactly is it?
Sarcopenia is basically the gradual loss of muscle mass and strength that naturally happens as we age.
Gradual loss.
It's a progressive thing, and it can really impact balance, walking speed, and definitely increases the risk of falls and fractures. And estimates suggest it affects a pretty significant chunk of the older population.
That sounds concerning. What are the main things driving this loss of muscle and strength?
Well, a sedentary lifestyle, not moving enough and not getting enough of the right nutrients, especially protein, are major players.
The lifestyle factors.
Yeah. After about age 30, if you're not regularly active, you start losing a certain percentage of muscle mass each decade. And often that muscle tissue gets replaced by fat.
Oh.
Then after 50, that rate of muscle loss tends to speed up. Other factors can include hormonal changes that affect how we build protein, simply not eating enough calories or protein, and certain medical conditions that might interfere with absorbing nutrients properly.
So a mix of lifestyle and just biological changes. What can we actively do to slow this muscle aging down?
The good news is we definitely can slow it down. Regular physical activity, especially strength training, is absolutely key. It helps stimulate growth hormone release and maintain muscle health. Aim for consistent exercise sessions through the week.
Okay, exercise is number one.
Alongside exercise, a diet rich in muscle-repairing foods is essential.
Muscle-repairing foods, what kind of things are we talking about?
Several good options. Watermelon is surprisingly great for hydration. Electrolytes reduces fatigue. It has things like lycopene and citrulline too.
Watermelon, interesting.
Fish, again, high in protein, and those omega-3s, which help reduce inflammation and support muscle repair and growth. Pomegranate is rich in antioxidants, good for recovery. Beetroot has nitrates, which can help with blood flow and energy to muscles.
Okay.
Eggs are a fantastic complete protein source. Yolks have vitamins and minerals. Milk is good for recovery protein and carbs. And starchy veggies like sweet potatoes help replenish muscle energy stores after exercise.
That's a really helpful list. Beyond these specific foods, any general nutritional strategies for maintaining muscle mass as we get older?
Yes. Number one is making sure you're eating enough protein consistently throughout the day. Include those sources we talked about: chicken, fish, eggs, yogurt, beans in your meals.
Consistent protein.
Keep exercising regularly. Focus on strength training a few times a week. Boost your omega-3 intake: salmon, walnuts, flax seeds, for their anti-inflammatory effects, which might help muscle protein synthesis.
Omega-3s again?
Yeah, they pop up everywhere. Also, get your vitamin D levels checked. Vitamin D is important for muscle synthesis and strength. Sunlight helps, but as we said, older adults don't make it as easily, so talk to your doctor about checking levels and possible supplements.
Right, check D levels.
And finally, don't underestimate walking. It improves blood flow, helps with insulin sensitivity, which aids muscle repair. Even short walks spread through the day can help maintain muscle mass.
It sounds like being proactive with exercise and focusing on protein and these other key nutrients really can make a big difference in slowing down muscle aging. Okay, let's shift focus slightly to specific nutritional advice tailored for older adults, say, over 65. What are the most important points?
Yeah, proper diet and a healthy lifestyle become even more critical past 65. So many age-related diseases are closely linked to poor nutrition. And as we've said, energy needs often decrease a bit due to less activity and slower metabolism. The key insight is, older adults generally need fewer calories, but they need a greater concentration of essential nutrients in those calories.
Fewer calories, more nutrients. Okay, so what specific recommendations follow from that?
It really centers on eating a wide variety of foods again to get all those nutrients, enough energy, a good balance of carbs, protein, fat spread across regular meals.
Variety and regular meals.
Generally, it's good to limit animal fats and eat more fish, beans, and whole grains. For grains, maybe softer options are easier. Think about including more corn, sweet potatoes alongside or instead of some rice.
Okay, diversifying carbs.
Make sure protein intake is sufficient. Try to favor fish over red meat. Aim for fish a few times a week. Limit eggs maybe to 3 a week. Increase plant-based protein like tofu and beans.
More fish and plant protein.
Dairy is still important for calcium. Keep drinking milk, maybe low-fat, low-sugar options or yogurt, which can be easier to digest. And boost other calcium sources. Small fish with bones, shrimp with shells, leafy greens.
Calcium from various sources.
Definitely. Also focus on antioxidant-rich foods, colorful fruits and vegetables, especially dark leafy greens, vegetable oils, certain spices like onion, ginger, turmeric.
Antioxidants, right.
Stay well hydrated. Aim for 6 to 8 glasses of water daily, even if you don't feel thirsty. Limit sugary foods and drinks, use salt moderately, and limit alcohol.
Water, limit sugar, salt, alcohol. Pretty standard advice, but crucial.
Exactly. And when eating fruit, choose a variety of colors and eat the whole fruit for fiber rather than just juice.
Whole fruit over juice. Got it. You also mentioned being mindful of carcinogens. What should we look out for?
Yes, it's good to be aware. Avoid moldy food that can contain aflatoxins. Be careful not to overheat fats when cooking.
Right, avoid burning oil.
Prefer boiling and steaming over frying where possible. Limit salted, smoked, dried meats. And wash fruits and veggies well. Peel them to reduce exposure to potential pollutants.
So safe food prep matters too. And you emphasize exercise, again, alongside this nutrition advice.
Absolutely. Good nutrition and moderate exercise work hand in hand. They support circulation, appetite, bone strength, maintaining muscle, reducing constipation, and even stimulating the brain. They're synergistic.
That holistic approach again. Okay, let's explore the benefits of physical activities that are suitable for older adults. It's definitely not one size fits all, is it?
No, absolutely not. Tailoring activity to someone's health, abilities, and frankly, what they enjoy is essential for getting the benefits safely and sticking with it.
So how do we figure out what's suitable for someone?
Safety first, always. Choose activities that fit any health conditions. Avoid overdoing it or things with a high risk of falls or injury. Warmth and cool down are vital.
Okay, safety paramount.
Having support from family or caregivers can be really helpful too. When choosing, start by assessing health status and chat with the doctor is ideal. Prioritize low-risk activities, walking, swimming, senior-friendly yoga, or Tai Chi. And crucially, consider personal preference. If you hate it, you won't do it.
Find something you enjoy. Makes sense.
Yeah, if someone loves being outside, walking in a park is great. And try to combine different types, some strength, maybe recreational stuff like dancing or light sports. Variety keeps it interesting.
Great criteria. So what specific benefits can older adults expect from regular, suitable physical activity?
Oh, the benefits are huge across the board. Physically, increased muscle strength makes movement easier, cuts fall risk. Better heart and lung function means better circulation, oxygen flow, lower risk of chronic diseases like diabetes, heart disease, osteoporosis, high blood pressure, basically better quality of life and potentially a longer lifespan.
Significant physical benefits. What about mentally and socially?
Just as important. Physical activity boosts mood, reduces depression and anxiety. Many find it improves sleep quality. It stimulates the brain, potentially improving memory and cognitive function, maybe lowering the risk of Alzheimer's or other cognitive decline.
Brain health too. Fantastic.
And socially, joining groups, walking, yoga, dance, offers chances to interact, meet people, reduce loneliness, feel part of the community. This boosts confidence and gives a more positive outlook.
It really touches every aspect of well-being. Now, let's tackle a big concern. Preventing falls. We know they're a leading cause of injury. What are the key underlying factors?
You're right. Falls are incredibly serious for older adults, a major cause of injury, even death. Assessing and reducing risk is crucial. As we mentioned, changes in how we walk or gait become more common. That plus sensory decline affecting balance, underlying health issues like blood pressure problems or heart rhythm issues.
It all adds up.
It does. And then medication side effects, drowsiness, dizziness can increase the risk even more. Often, Falls result from a combination of these factors. Understanding them is the first step to prevention.
A complex mix. What are some specific common causes?
Lots of things can contribute. Home hazards are big, loose rugs, clutter, poor lighting, slippery floors, especially bathrooms.
Environmental factors.
Yeah. Then balance issues themselves, rushing, tripping,
Yeah.
muscle weakness from lack of exercise or conditions like stroke, arthritis, limiting movement, dizziness or fainting spells from low blood pressure or heart issues, vision problems. And taking multiple medications, especially 4 or more, significantly increases risk.
Quite a list. So, what are the effective prevention strategies? What can people do?
Prevention is definitely key. Regular doctor checkups help catch issues early and get personalized advice.
Stay on top of health conditions.
Maintain daily physical activity. Even gentle exercise like Tai Chi, walking, swimming, improves strength, flexibility, balance. Wear good shoes. Well-fitting, non-slip supportive shoes. Avoid flip-flops, high heels.
Footwear matters.
Minimize home hazards. Clear walkways, secure rugs, clean spills immediately, use non-clip mats in bathrooms. Ensure good lighting everywhere, especially stairs, hallways. Use nightlights. Consider assistive devices like canes or walkers if needed, and install handrails in bathrooms and on stairs.
Really practical steps for home safety. Okay, finally, let's circle back to a nutrient we've mentioned a few times, vitamin D. We know it's essential, but where can we reliably find it in our diet?
Yeah, vitamin D is vital, mainly for calcium absorption and strong bones. Low levels are a global issue, actually. And while sunshine helps us make it, that ability decreases with age, and many just don't get enough sun. So food sources become really important.
Okay, so food sources are key. What are the top ones?
Fatty fish are probably the best natural sources.
Mhm.
Salmon, especially wild-caught, has a lot more than farmed.
Wild salmon.
Herring and sardines are also excellent.
Right.
Other fatty fish like halibut, mackerel are good too. Cod liver oil is a classic supplement, very high in D, but also vitamin A. So be careful not to overdo it.
Right, balance is needed.
Canned tuna is convenient and affordable, provides a decent amount. Oysters have some. Even shrimp offers a bit.
Seafood seems good for D. What about non-fish options?
Egg yolks are a good source, especially from pasture-raised chickens or those fed D-rich feed the vial. The levels can be much higher.
Egg yolks.
Mushrooms are unique. For plants, they produce vitamin D2 when exposed to UV light. Some can have quite high amounts.
Mushrooms, interesting.
And then there are fortified foods. Lots of cow's milk is fortified. Soy milk often is too, which is important for vegetarians or vegans. Some orange juice brands are fortified. Good if you can't do dairy. And some breakfast cereals and oatmeal have it added. Check the labels.
Fortified foods are a big help then. That's a great overview, lots of options. Well, this has been incredibly informative, a real deep dive into staying well as we age. We've covered so much: vitamins, minerals, exercise, muscle, nutrition, fall prevention.
It really has been comprehensive. I truly hope this discussion gives our viewers valuable insights and practical tips they can actually use. The main takeaway, I think, is that taking a proactive, holistic approach, mindful nutrition and regular, suitable activity is just fundamental for thriving and enjoying a healthy, fulfilling later life.
Absolutely. It's about making informed choices, taking those consistent steps, however small, to support our health. Thank you so much for sharing all your expertise today.
It was my pleasure entirely.
And thank you all for tuning into Senior Care Insights. We really hope you found this useful. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up, share it with anyone you think might benefit, and leave a comment below: thoughts, questions, experiences. We love hearing from you. And most importantly, please subscribe to the Senior Care Insights channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss future content on senior health and well-being. As a final thought, maybe consider one small thing you can do this week. Add a vitamin D food to your shopping list. Try a gentle balance exercise. Every little positive step contributes to a healthier, more vibrant future. Thanks for watching.